Hello, welcome to this short presentation on profiCNC software for CNC skill development and education. CNC training involves investment in very expensive CNC machines and high cost of consumables. The ratio of equipment to trainees is very low, and it is a big challenge to ensure that trainees get enough practice time. profiCNC is a set of software that solves these problems. CNC machining involves 9 skills, from reading the part drawing to cutting the part on the machine. These 9 skills can be divided into 3 sets of skills: fundamentals of CNC technology, manual CNC programming, and CNC machine operation. profiCNC is a set of 3 software products that help you teach these 3 sets of skills in a highly efficient manner economically. CNC machining is a difficult subject to teach. It involves motion, and motion cannot be taught on a blackboard. Also, it involves multiple disciplines: metal cutting theory, machine tool design, electronics, hydraulics, pneumatics. Encyclo makes teaching of CNC technology very efficient. It eliminates the time spent on collecting training material. It enables you to teach far more in the same time and ensures that students understand better and remember more. It covers all aspects of CNC turning and milling through videos, animations, pictures, and explanations. Videos and photos are specially shot in shop floors of cutting tool and machine tool manufacturers. The shop floor is brought into the classroom instead of the student having to go to the shop floor. The student learns machine construction, machining operations, cutting tools and cutting parameters, work holding, and programming. Here's how a typical CNC programming lab class works. You have 20 students in the lab class for CNC programming. You give them a programming exercise that takes them 1 hour to finish. After this, they stand in a queue in front of your table and you check each student's program. Each student has probably made 10 mistakes in the program, and it takes you 5 minutes per student to check the program, point out mistakes, and suggest corrections. So you spend 1.5 hours just doing this, and the students waste their time standing in a queue in front of you instead of working. CNC turn and CNC mill can eliminate these problems and make your CNC programming lab efficient. They teach your students far more in the same time and ensure that they understand and remember far more. This short demonstration will show you how CNC turn works. CNC mill works in a similar manner. The student first enters the program in the inbuilt editor. That is a text editor with typical editor features like copy, paste, and replace. He then assigns tools corresponding to the tool numbers in the program. For example, T1 may be a 100 dia face mill, T2 may be a 10 dia drill, and so on. The tools are selected from a database that has about 20,000 tools commonly used in industry. You can configure this database. You can add, delete, or modify tools. He then does the automatic error check. The software scans through the whole program and lists all program errors with their locations. This program checking is something that you would normally have done. Instead, here, the software is acting as your assistant and doing the job for you. He corrects the mistakes and checks the program for errors again. He then sees the toolpath simulation. The raw material, part, and tool are shown to scale, with the tool size shown exactly. The simulation can be done in single block or continuous modes. The simulation displays all program errors, dimensional errors, and collisions. The problem with teaching CNC machine operation is that a CNC machine is an expensive and dangerous piece of equipment. To learn machine operation, the student must work at least 20 hours on the machine. If you have 20 students, you need 400 hours of machine time to train them, which is 2 months if the machine works 8 hours a day. This is not feasible. You also have to spend on consumables like raw material and tools. Also, it is almost guaranteed that every student will cause an accident while learning, which will injure him or damage the machine. Like a CNC machine, an aeroplane too is an expensive and dangerous piece of equipment. This is why 90% of a pilot's training is done on a flight simulator and 10% on the actual aircraft. DoNC is the equivalent of a flight simulator for a CNC machine. It enables CNC machine operation training to be given on a computer screen at low cost and no danger. DoNC costs 1% of the cost of a CNC machine, and there is no consumable cost. There is no risk of injury to the trainee or damage to the machine. There is no difference between what you do on a machine and what you do in DoNC. DoNC enables training on machine operation at low cost without injuries to the trainee or damage to the machine. Instead of 20 hours on the machine, the trainee spends 16 hours on DoNC and 4 hours on the machine. After 16 hours of working on DoNC, he knows the console and the setting process thoroughly and will not cause accidents on the machine. When he is working on the machine, he is not learning on the machine. He has already learnt on DoNC and is just getting a final feel of the machine. The simulation is very realistic with machine sounds, and chips and coolant are shown. You also get error messages if there is a collision or axis over travel. DoNC can work with a regular monitor and mouse or with a touchscreen monitor. It can work with dual monitors, one monitor showing the console and the other showing the machine. profiCNC makes your students industry ready, safely, economically.